everyone, and welcome back to A Mile of My Stilettos. It's your girl Crystal, and today I'm talking to you about 5 reasons celibacy won't work. You guys, I'm not saying that celibacy cannot work. I'm saying these are 5 reasons that I'm going to give you about why celibacy probably isn't working for you, or it seems like an extreme struggle. Okay, you guys? So, you know I like to jump right into these videos, so let's go ahead and let's get started with reason number 1. The first reason that your celibacy journey is not working or it is a struggle is because you're doing it for somebody else, not for you. Now, this somebody else is probably somebody you respect, like a parent or a mentor or something like that, and that will only last you for so long. The reason for you being celibate has to be because it's something that you are choosing to do. I go more into detail about this in my celibacy journey video. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. I tried and failed so many times in celibacy before I was able to really get on the track that I wanted to be on it, which led to my 3-year celibacy journey, which led to me meeting my husband. But you guys, if you're doing it for somebody else or because somebody else is saying this is a good reason to be celibate or you should be celibate, it has to be an internal decision. It cannot be an external decision that you take on. It has to be something that comes from in you for it to be successful. The second reason that your celibacy journey is a struggle or is not working is you entered into it because of hurt or frustration. You guys, if you're like, man, I've been so hurt, I'm not having sex with nobody else, I'm done with this, or I'm tired of these people lying, whatever, and so you're so frustrated, you're like, I'm just gonna be celibate. That's gonna work, but only for a certain period of time. You guys, having negative reasons to push you into doing anything in life, honestly, is only going to motivate you for so long. So if the reason that you're celibate is because you are hurt or because you're so frustrated, you really need to try to think about another reason to ensue a celibacy journey if you want it to be successful. Because it's easy to say, I'm not going to mess with anybody anymore, I'm not having sex with anybody anymore when you've been so hurt. But what happens when this guy comes along that's saying all the right things, that's doing all the right things, that actually genuinely is not trying to hurt you at all? Then what's going to happen to your journey? I bet you already know the answer. Reason number 3, all of your friends are having sex. I'm not saying that you're definitely going to end up having sex if you're hanging out with people that are all having sex. But what I am saying is it is going to make it much harder if all of your friends are having sex and you're the only one that is celibate. So I'm not saying get new friends. What I am saying is you probably want to tell your friends, hey, you know I'm on this journey, and out of respect for my journey, please don't tell me about your sexual experiences, your encounters, whatever it is that you have going on. You got to make sure that you're setting those boundaries for the things that you're hearing, because you're only going to become more curious and more curious and more curious as time goes on, and eventually it's probably going to happen. I know some people are like, no, I'm so strong and whatever, but all I'm saying is, why put yourself in those types of predicaments where you're trying to now figure out all about stuff you don't even know about? Eventually you're gonna start saying, let me just try to figure it out, which leads me into reason number 4, the let me just. Okay, you guys, the let me just do this, let me just kiss a little, let me just hold hands, let me just touch a little, let me just see everything that I can do that's not sex. That is going to mess up your celibacy journey, because that's a very slippery slope, and eventually you're going to end up slipping and sliding right down that hill if you encounter the person that you care enough about, who cares enough about you, who start to say, okay, well, technically, is this sex? Is this technically sex? When you start asking yourself, is this technically sex? You're in a very bad place. You're in a very bad place, because at that point, you're really just trying to justify reasons to get around doing things that you know are already beyond what it is that you're comfortable doing and what it is that you're okay with doing. So really be careful about the everything but conversations. Is this technically sex conversations? Those are detrimental when you are trying to lead a life of celibacy. Don't do it. And the last reason that I want to say you're probably not as successful at staying celibate, or your celibacy journey is a struggle, is because you don't truly understand intimacy. There are a lot of ways that you can have intimacy with people that are outside of just being physical with someone. Intimacy is not all about sex. And I think that sometimes when we're in a relationship with someone that we really care about and we really want to experience life with and grow with and share who we are with, the world in so many ways has trained us to think the best way to do that is to give ourselves to them physically. And the truth is, there are other ways that you can give yourself or share yourself with someone but still have appropriate boundaries and also engage in intimacy without having physical sex or everything but sex. So I definitely have a video that's coming up for you guys on intimacy, different ways that you can be intimate but also remain celibate, remain having healthy boundaries that you want to have in a relationship that are going to guard your heart, that are going to guard your body, that are going to guard your mind, that are going to allow you to grow closer in a relationship. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you're able to check those things out. Make sure, again, you check out my celibacy journey video so you don't have to fall into the same pitfalls that I fell into sometimes when I was on my celibacy journey. And I would say, above all, find your reason for being celibate. I would definitely say for me, it came from my Christian background. I'm a Christian, you guys know that on this channel. And so a huge part of my decision to become celibate was actually my Christian background. But if I'm being completely honest, a huge part of me deciding to be celibate was also just a personal decision. It was me deciding that I was worth more than what I was valuing myself as when I was allowing other men to, take part in my body, take part in what was truly just meant for my husband. And I didn't want that anymore. And it wasn't out of a place of frustration. It wasn't out of a place of hurt or pain. It was just out of a place of truly starting to understand my worth as an individual, my value, and honestly not trying to use sex as a tool to manipulate people to get things that I wanted to get. And especially in today's culture, that is a big thing. Like, people use sex, and I don't say sex just as in a physical act, but I mean like, showing sexy pictures or doing whatever different type of sensual type stuff. They use that to get what it is that they want from other people. Like OnlyFans, you're not having sex with these people, you taking naked pictures and all this stuff. That's using sex to get what you want out of other people. And like I said, for me, I didn't have an OnlyFans, never had that, wasn't around when I was single, but I just started valuing myself more, what I wanted to show to people more. I started valuing who I was as a person more than to just say anybody can have it, anybody can see it, anybody, can have access. I decided I didn't want this access to be for everyone. And that was a huge part of the transformation in my celibacy journey. Like I said, I have a whole video about my celibacy journey. Make sure you check that out. But think about why you want to value being celibate, waiting until you get married to have sex, saving yourself for somebody that really, truly deserves being with you. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I try to keep it simple, sweet, quick, and to the point. So until next time, you guys.